have answered this thing concerning the policies regarding health, security, and hygiene. Once again, thank you very much, moderator.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Hambojenua, for such a wonderful remark and opinions that you've given, your views that you've given concerning those policies. Yes, still on the policies concerning FMS, what is going on in regards to health, in regards to hygiene, in regards to, those three things that we have talked about. Back to Mr. Transformer. Right now, as I can look around, I see our compound is too dirty. Too bushy. Security wise, we don't have the screen because it is stolen, and also you know those things. So now my question is, what is your view about these policies as far as you are concerned as the RCC of FMS?
Thank you, the moderator, once again for giving me the chance to articulate or to bring the views about the policies, hygiene, and security of our campus. To begin with, the issue of policies, to a certain extent, we have certain issues, we have certain policies that guide us, but to a small extent, we have certain policies that undermine us, or that which do not stipulate what a student is supposed to do, or which does not give students chances. Take for example, we have mentioned about policies on how to reform our security. On that issue, for me as the incoming RCC, the security issue has been an issue for a long period of time, because this is not the first TV they have stolen. They have been stealing other TVs, but to some extent you may not blame the security guards, because as with the campus, the places where those TVs or those equipments are kept, sometimes those places are always left open. We don't have even burglars that can prevent thieves from entering anyhow. So certain issues are just to be reformed. We have to reform these policies. Then we also have the policy of bureaucracy. This one means that for a student to achieve or to get something from the administration, it's a long process. Take for example, if you have certain issues like our students have lost their friends, or our students are lost, the means of acquiring the transport means like buses, they take a long period of time. So for me as the incoming RCC, I will enforce on advocating for policies that can shorten the bureaucracy level. Then also about the hygiene, at least 70% have been done. The main campus has ensured that there is some place put for healthy. At least we have the nuns. Maybe what I can say, we must advocate for an increase in the equipment used for treatments. Take for example, we must lobby for an increase, or we must lobby for some finances to facilitate all those things. Also, we must lobby for our own hospital or nurse lab, such that some person, or if students got, maybe they have some injuries or they have issues of health, they can approach the nurses at times, since there's a designated place for treatment. Then also on the issue of hygiene, if I may go to the side of the latrines and the compound, this has been an issue for a long period of time. But what I can say, as a government institute, the government has some petty books which provides for catering of all those things, getting more cleaners. Also, they have petty book that can solve the issue of brushes for cleaning the toilets. Even in the petty book, our campus can solve the issue of bushes, because it is always indicated in the petty books to solve those small issues before the big issues are handled. So, thank you once again.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have been so keen enough to listen to what these people they have been saying from my right to my left. We have been so keen enough to listen to what they are giving us as far as the policies are concerned at the faculty here on health, on security, and so forth. And let us go to our second last questions for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, back to my right here. Thank you so much, by the way, for the brilliant answers and the views that you've given. I want to assume that right now your voters, right now your people who are supporting you, they're nodding their heads right now because of such views and because of the views that you've given. They are trying to analyze the kind of the people that we are going to have at the FMS. And ladies and gentlemen, our second last question is very, very simple. We all know that, when we talk about the government institutions, there's a tendency of them telling us that the finances are released on quotas, right? And yet the students, they have their needs that they want to be fulfilled. And right now, as I talk to you right now, probably one of the reasons why our field is not slashed, because there's no fund for that, because they claim to be a government institution, but we need the field right now slashed, and we have so many needs that we need right now, and there is a contradiction between the money or the finances being available and the needs of the students. I hope you're getting that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to ask them a question. How are you going to balance the needs of the students, with the contradicting nature of the finance release at the faculty? I hope that question is noted. How are you going to balance the needs of the students and the difference and the contradiction that comes with the release of funds at the faculty here when you become the RCC? Let me begin this time round from my left. I'm going to begin from my left. He's asking for a pardon. I said, how are you going to balance the needs of the students with the contradicting nature of releasing funds at the faculty? You find sometimes we need things to happen for us, and you go there, they tell you there is no money, and yet we need them. They are very key and essential to us. As the RCC, how are you going to balance the needs and the way the money is released here? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Coordinator, once again. Straight to the question, he asked me how I'm going to balance the needs and the contradicting nature of how the funds are released. To start with, I first ensure that there is equality in resource allocation from the main campus, such that our campus is allocated more funds to cater for issues or to facilitate the activities at campus in time. Of course, when we ensure that there is equality in resource allocation, it will be meaning that as we students, if you want maybe service, I shall be able to get it in time because the administration has more funds to facilitate all those issues. Also, because what I can say, right now we have a need of more lecturers, and we also need power to do our courseworks right now. But since the money they have allocated to our campus is so little, that's why they are not able to accommodate for those things. But to add on, as me the RSS, what I will do, it will be maybe assuring that at least on the solars they gave us, at least they add more panels such that the power we have can accommodate all the gadgets we have, because right now only the power we are having is only for Wi-Fi. But all comes because of imbalance in resource allocations. Then also, I also ensure that we get service delivery. Service delivery will be through ensuring that there is adequate and effective performance of the cabinet. For example, maybe students always have their needs, but because sometimes the cabinet is always quiet, that's why those issues are not reached to the administration in time. That's why sometimes we end up not getting the services in time because of a delay in the cabinets. So I'll make sure that our cabinet is active, and also make sure that we also, as a cabinet, at least we get an office where we can handle student issues and take them to the administration. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Transformer. Thank you so much for such brilliant ideas. Yes, like I told you, each and everything that we are trying to give, the way we are responding, the way we are giving the vibe to our followers, they are going to dictate, they are going to, they count a lot. So let us mark the questions very well, because our followers, they are here. Thank you very much for such brilliant idea. Back to my right, our time is really running. I'm seeing they are signaling so much about time. We are about to wind up. Yes, just tell us the same question. How are you going to balance the needs of the students amidst the contradicting ways of releasing the finances? We need the things, the money is not there. How are you going to make sure that the students get their thing that they want when even the money is not there? When you go to the administration, they tell you there's no money. That is what we are going to wait from you to answer.
Thanks very much, Mbwana Moderator. How am I going to ensure the contradicting release of funds quarterly balances with the wants or the needs of students? This is quite a hard question and absolute question, but being a person who did management, being an accountant by profession, it must be addressed. And that's the reason as to why today this show was held. So first and foremost, I'll begin by having known that resources are always scarce in nature. And we must ensure we use the scarce resources to exhaust it, to satisfy our unlimited wants. Having known that in point, being a student, I believe this issue of little release of funds quarterly will have to at least get away by 50%. What I will ensure, if the fund is being released at campus, there is proper utilization of these funds. Because I believe before any fund is allocated to a given campus, it must be sufficient enough. But when it is not properly utilized, that's when we can get this issue of that compound, some other compounds not slashed, some other things not done, in time. So I must ensure there is proper utilization of funds before even lobbying for more funds to be increased to the faculty. We may be receiving much funds, but due to corruption and embezzlement of funds, we are not able to access such services. Then too, I think after having known that the funds sent is not sufficient enough, I think we shall also lobby for widening of the funds being received at the faculty, because I believe they are still thinking they are admitting 80 students, which is no longer a story here. We are admitting over 500 students, and therefore it means we must increase the quarterly funds being received as the faculty. Then as accountants, as people who reason, as people who deal with money, we must ensure, we must do certain things to keep some funds aside to cater for emergencies. It will be embarrassing that we, the managers of Busitema University as a whole, we can't utilize the funds being given, and we call ourselves managers. Then what do we manage? So these are the things we're attending to portray. We must ensure the faculty set aside some little money to cater for such emergencies, to cater for such insurgencies, so that this issue of contradicting wants of students, limited release of funds at the faculty is addressed. Then finally, to the students' needs, I believe this issue we are going to address because I'm vocal, because I can articulate anything. And having been a true and fair and transparent man, a person who's ready, able, and willing to work with the students, and who respects but not fears any person, this issue will be addressed. I can assure you. Thank you so much, Bwana Moderator. I'm so humbled to be here.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost coming to the climax of our show tonight. Thank you for being on right now. I'm telling you, you can keep following us on YouTube. You can keep following us on Facebook. You can even go on the X, the so-called Twitter. You can follow us right now. We are live. We are left with almost one question as we are summarizing this show. And as we are heading to the last question, I want to let you know that right now I'm seeing a lot of questions in my inbox. People are asking a lot of questions. The followers are here. Some people are asking me right now, we don't have the football and you're coming as the RCC. What can you tell me? What can you tell us? There are some people are saying we need the TV. There are some people who are telling me here we need the field slashed. You are talking to the right people. They are here. They will answer you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go to the actual last question of the day, and it is very simple. We are talking about your, let me read the question. It is very simple, as I told you. Our last question says, what are some of the initiatives or projects that you would like to implement or support to improve the quality of life on the campus? The question is very simple. What are some of the initiatives or what are some of the projects that you'll put to improve the life at campus here? If you become the RCC, what are some of the projects that you have in mind to improve the life at campus here, to improve on our faculty, FMS? Let me begin with you here. Very fast, we wrap up very fast because our time is really fast spent. Tell us the project that you want to put in. What are some of those initiatives that you want to put to improve on the quality of life here? Thank you very much. Mr. Transformer, you can take it up.
Thank you, the moderator, for giving me a chance again. Once again, if I've told you that I'm the transformer for Pallisa campus, and on that note, it means that I am going to transform many things, and one of them will be that is bringing more innovations at our campus. And on that note, the innovation will be in the form of a culture or a service. To start with, on the side of a culture, we are going to put more improvements or certain cultures that have not been at our campus, and one of them we are going to introduce seminars, academic seminars, whereby we shall be bringing out or bringing some experts from outside, or academicians or alumni who are being employed to come and have a conversation with the students, such that they can give us, or mentors, or they can give us some ideas on how to start up businesses. So we are going to bring that culture of seminars. We shall be doing it once a semester. We bring on those experts with ideas, brilliant ideas, to help our students get some knowledge of innovations or creativity. Then also, on that note, since the previous cabinet managed to lob for us a container, we shall make some improvement on it. I will advocate for funds to make improvement for it, such that at least we get some rooms to give or to rent to students who can do some businesses at campus, and such that they can also earn a living while they are at campus. And also shall encourage more of entrepreneurial skills. We shall always encourage students to start up businesses, such that at least they can get some upkeeps to help them live at campus without maybe fear. So below are the reasons, or below are some innovations I'm going to bring to our campuses, to mention but a few. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Just like he has said, he had so many of them, but because of time, he had mentioned some of the few. I believe you've been so keen to notice and to follow them. And without wasting time, let me give the microphone to my right to Mr. Hambogenoa to highlight on some of the projects that can improve quality of life actually at campus. Yes, after those ones, I'm going to read some of the few questions that are coming in and some of the ideas that are coming into my inbox from the students of FMS who are following us right now from the YouTube, from the Facebook. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Yeah, a lot of questions. I'm seeing Moro Ambrose here. You've texted me. I'm seeing Oundo Joel, Bingo, Mr. Makoha. Yes, we shall get back to you. Thank you very much. It's a very beautiful evening. Please take it up.
Well, thank you very much, the audience, the people following us, the moderator. They said, as the RCC, the resident campus commissioner, what will I do? Which projects will I put in place to ensure life is better at campus? All right. First and foremost, in one of my slogans, I said, I'm ready, able, and willing. I'm a guy who respects but does not fear. There are things I tend to do to ensure the life at campus it's fully addressed. As I said earlier, I'm not employed even, but as a student, I'm able to pay my tuition. I'm able to cater for my life. How comes I'm able to do that? I'm entrepreneur in various ways. I have some little business I operate, and before even thinking of bringing a motivational speaker, I think I would be a motivation unto a student of Busitema University. Because as I said, to be helped, you need to help yourself first. So me right now, having been an entrepreneur, telling someone that entrepreneurship is something great, it will be something very easy. So I will encourage entrepreneurship, and I will also ensure that at least twice a month or once a month, if it fails, I bring experienced, motivational speakers who can teach students how to handle certain things. Because as students, we get a lot of money from parents, but due to certain things, we are not able to, due to not knowing, due to just ignorance, not knowing certain things, we just spend, we just malnourish the money. But having brought these people, they will teach you how to handle that little pocket money you receive to be a great man or a woman. We shall also ensure we advocate for construction of more blocks, because as we talk, the number is really surpassing our capacity.